Let's be honest with each other for a moment here. The name Zubac, which I hope I'm saying correctly, is like the scariest last name you can think of for a basketball player, especially when that guy is a foreign player who's 7 feet tall and is a pretty big deal for the Los Angeles Lakers. So now we're going to talk about how Zubac, and I'm not going to say his last name anymore because I don't know if I'm saying it right again. He's basically the greatest player in the history of the Lakers. At least he's on that trajectory given that he's 19 years old, and he's just killing it when he's in the game for them. When he's actually been given some minutes, he's had multiple double-digit scoring performances, and I like his ability to play off of ball handlers. He seems like a guy who actually sets screens, which I'm sure he'll stop doing by the time he's like 23, because if you watch NBA players set screens, there's like 10 of them who set legitimate ones. Me being a Celtics fan, I see Al Horford basically screen with his elbows every game. But still, he's willing to set a screen, and his craftiness when rolling to the basket is actually pretty decent. I've seen him pull off some angled hook shots and potentially a turnaround jumper if I was looking at the right highlight. Whatever, he seems to know what he's doing around the basket. Now for the season, he's actually shooting under league average at the rim, but I do imagine that it's been better the past couple of weeks when he's actually been given minutes. He's also a very good free throw shooter, which is a nice look for a big man, which tells me he could develop a bit of an outside jumper, which would be good. But still, Zubac is... Oh, I said his last name again. I hope I'm saying it right. He seems to be someone who could play off of a guy like D'Angelo Russell very well, because D-Lo Loading, is that his Twitter handle? I think it is, or it's D-Loading. He's a guy who can make a pass. Same thing can be said for Jordan Clarkson. So when you're a 7-footer who knows how to roll to the rim and you have guys who can actually make the pass and command some attention from the defense, that's very good. I did mention the mid-range jumper. He's actually like 5 for 10 on the season, which is a super small sample size, but depending on how that jumper goes, we could see how he could play off of Julius Randle, who's the power forward of the Lakers, because if Randle's going to the rim and he's just chilling out at the three-point line, that isn't the best. One thing that should be said, though, is that Randle's mid-range jumper has really progressed this season, so there is the ability for these two to play off of each other. So that could be a good fit in the front court. But now we got to talk about rebounding, as similar to Hernan Gomez with the Knicks, he just kind of came out of nowhere and became the next Dennis Rodman. He has had a pair of 10 rebound games as well as a 13 rebound game, as well as games where he just grabs a respectable amount. So rebounding is definitely a thing to care about in the NBA. And I just looked at a thing on Twitter. Is his last name pronounced Zubac, like the Pokemon? I love how I'm trying to tell you how awesome this guy is, and half the video is just me being like, how do I pronounce his last name? I mean, listen, the way he's going, you know how Giannis Antetokounmpo was impossible for everyone to pronounce, and now we all get it? If he keeps doing what he's doing, we'll all know how to pronounce this thing. ESPN will do a whole thing on him. It'll be great. He can grab rebounds, which, like I mentioned, as a center, 19 years old, that's a very good sign, because rebounding, I mean, it's a good thing. Now here's the thing we really want to talk about, which is the shot blocking. Some games he's had this season, he's had games of 3 blocks, 2 blocks. Multiple times he has had a professional basketball player come into the paint against him, and it has not been the smart thing to do. I mean, the effect that shot blocking has on you, like look at Wesley Matthews right here. He's feeling good, his shot gets blocked, and then if we get a zoom in, he basically reevaluates his entire life. Right here, he gets a block shot on Dirk, which that'll never happen in real life because I'm sure Dirk's turnaround has never been blocked. But just go with it for the sake of the footage, okay? It seems like he can be a real rim protector for the Lake Show. And now, look at this block shot on Devin Harris. We're going to delve into this and we can see the real impact that Zubac has. Okay, right here, Harris, he's looking at the rim and he's thinking to himself, I have a real opportunity to score. I can take it back to the days when I averaged like 15 points a game because, you know, he's just looking away. He's paying attention to something, the girl in the front row. And now even when he's about to make his move, he's still looking because he knows the terror that could potentially be waiting for him at the rim. He still has the green light. Our guy is still looking at I don't know what the hell he's looking at. Now, as he makes his move even further, we see that D'Angelo Russell is just standing there like a jackass, not playing any defense. Like, he's just a turnstile in this play. Look at Harris's face. He is determined. He is so confident that this shot is going to go in, and we're going to put 2 points on his career scoring total. It's going to be great. But then Zubac, in this moment, realizes that he's got to make his move. Now, Harris, he's still feeling confident. He's still feeling good. And he's like, all right, I got it. I'm going to put these 2 points in. I'm going to go back the other way. And then what the hell just happened? Our new Lakers legend ascends to the heavens and then grabs the ball, as well as Devin Harris's dreams, and look at this face. Look at just the disappointment on Devin Harris's face. This is the effect that the future greatest player in the history of the Lakers, this is the impact he has. So, he seems like a guy who can, one, eventually be a last name that I can pronounce correctly. If I didn't, I don't know. Be a pick and roll player, a shot blocker, a rebounder. Hopefully the offense comes around a bit more. He's only 19 years old. This kid is really damn good.